It's good work, keeps me busy. Uh, Good pay, great pay. I get to go to work and build stuff every day, so that's nice. It's kind of a different task every day, or sometimes. And always learning. Pay increases are good.
So far, I've been in for about 2 months, and we're actually in our second training right now. And so, like the very first thing that they touched on was like safety. And from my other jobs, they didn't really talk about that too much. So that's really nice seeing like they kind of teach you how to do the job safely. But also on top of that, like they just had me start work immediately, and I've done like where I built tables, barn doors, just kind of more finished. But I got hired on with the interior systems company, and they would taught me how to drywall right away, day one, run installation, which I've never done before. But they're very patient with you, and it's not like how like I kind of thought where like, oh well, you don't know how to do it. They just kind of like worked with me right away. Like, hey, this is exactly how you do this. Don't be afraid to ask questions. But so far, it's been very positive, and I can definitely see this as a long-term career for me.
Well, the majority of your time is spent on the job, so whoever you're contracted with. Sometimes, depending on the work, you go wherever your work is. So where you work for, you might have a project downtown, or you might be working on a building out in the middle of nowhere. It can be pretty different. Sometimes you're on a job for only a week at a time. Some guys are on a job for a year at a time. So big buildings, small buildings, we're needed everywhere. So, but it's pretty interesting. The average day is not usually pretty average. So.
Then our first goal is to do layout and figure a bunch of other stuff out before we get started working with everything. Most average days, you're there 10-15 minutes early. You get to talk with the co-workers a little bit. You're finishing up your coffee or your power drink or energy drink, whatever you got in the morning to get kick started. You get your tools on about 5 minutes before 7. Then at 7 o'clock, everybody knows what they're doing after you're accustomed to it for a while.
I had my dad in the apprentice. Well, he was a journeyman already, so family. And I've always done carpentry my whole life.
So my stepdad was a floor cover by trade, and ever since I started out when I was about 5 years old, I would ride with him to unoccupied job sites. I'd pick up scraps, start putting down tack strip, doing whatever I could. Then once I became late elementary, early junior high, I would work with him every summer and every Christmas break. As much as I could. I enjoyed working. I loved working. I would work for $1 a day back in junior high, actually. And then in high school, he hired me on full-time in the summers and winters. During high school, I took all the shop classes I could. So instead of study halls, I was filling them in with shop classes. Took so many shop classes that when I was a senior, he had to invent new classes for me to take because I did all the welding, every class I could take. So I knew I was going to be in the trades when I graduated.
One of the most rewarding is you get insurance. Insurance is very important. Like even at young, you always hear your parents have to pay insurance, but it helps out a lot. And then you get retirement. It just going to union, you get a lot more stuff than if you're going to like a normal place. You don't get as many benefits, and the union helps you out in life more than you might think.
Obviously, like all like the healthcare, the retirement fund's really nice, but at the end of the day, I get all the knowledge I could learn from a local That's from safety to even how to do concrete forms or finish work or just about everything.
So we have tried to simplify the process of becoming a carpenter at Local 106. That we accept applications Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 4 p.m. That you just have to come down here, bring your high school diploma or GED equivalent, 2 forms of ID to make sure that we meet those minimum requirements for federal applications. And just come down and we'll walk you through the rest of the process. That we provide you with some job contacts and some contractors, what we call a contractor list. And that allows you to go out and solicit your own job that first time. You're really going out and selling yourself. And then when they come back in with that letter of intent to hire, then we onboard them into the apprenticeship and get them set up with their weeks of training and all the other things that go along with it. So we've tried to make it very easy to become a member.